Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zara and today I'm going to be doing a review of The Spear Cuts Through Water by Simon Jimenez. This is Simon Jimenez's second book. It is an epic fantasy book that follows the journey of two warriors as they shepherd an ancient god across a broken land to end the tyrannical reign of a royal family. This book is phenomenal and without a doubt will be one of my favourite books until the end of time because it was absolutely beautiful. So this is going to give you a sense of how this review is going to go. There is nothing that I disliked about this book. It's one of those rare occasions where everything worked, everything had a place, and everything made sense, and I just loved it. I loved it. I took a while to read this book. Normally books like this size take me about 4 or 5 days on average. This book took me about 10 days to read because I just didn't want it to end. I just wanted to experience it each page at a time because it's just that good. So let's jump in. What did I love? This is a very unique and special book. There is nothing that I have read, and I've probably read, I don't know, probably about 1,000 books at this point. I don't know the exact number, but I've read a lot of books. And this is a book that I have nothing to compare it to. I have nothing to say, this is like this book. It's that unique. Like, it's so different. And in combination with the fact that it's so different, it's just so good. It's such a good take on epic fantasy and I want to see more of it. The problem is I don't think anyone can do it justice like Simon Jimenez, and I can't wait to see what he does next as a result of that. I love the way he writes in this book. The Vanished Birds, which is his debut book, was impressive already, but this is on another level here. And the reason why this is on another level is because he uses multiple mechanisms to tell this story, and it works so well. There is a story within a story within a story. There are 3 layers to this book, and those layers really add to the scope of this world that we're in. It's told in first, second, and third perspective, and I just think that's really quite incredible. I've never read an author who's been able to do even 2 of those in the same book particularly well, and yet Simon Jimenez is bashing it out of the park with all 3. Like, what is this? What is this? It's like a poem and it's just a dream to read. It's incredibly lyrical. It's quite sumptuous. This is the sort of book that I would love to see adapted, especially to theatre, because there is actually a theatre aspect to this book that just really adds to the overall experience. I really hope somebody adapts it to the West End, and if they do and they need help, let me know, because man, it's just an experience. Like, it truly is an incredible experience. The world building is also very rich. I had a very vivid image of what the world looks like. I'm not one of those readers that I tend to like see the scenes play out in my mind as I'm reading, but for some reason in both of Jimenez's books I've had that experience, and it's just absolutely incredible to read. Like, it feels like you're watching something epic and fantastical and huge in scope. That is a testament to his writing. The characters are also incredible. So there's a few characters that I'm going to talk about. Kima. Oh, I love Kima. Absolutely loved Kima. He's a one-armed man who is essentially asked to carry out a task on behalf of another character. I love the kind of quiet, quite stoic, but like intelligent character type, and that is exactly what Kima is. He's very thoughtful, quite perceptive, very observant, and he's a good guy. He's a good guy. Like, you can tell he's just a good person and he tries to look for the best in other people, and I love that sort of character type. Then we have Jun, and I think Jun, for me at the start, I really liked his character and I really liked seeing his introduction, especially when you look at it in the context of the whole story. I'm not going to say anything more than that because you should just read it yourself and I don't want to spoil it. But for me, my favourite parts with him is when he is interacting with another one of our main characters, because I think both of these characters really bring out the best in each other. And it's really nice to see Jun open up and basically not be an asshole and just kind of accept himself for who he is and the situation that he's in. I'm being really vague on purpose, but just take my word for it. It's just phenomenally done. Then we have our enemies, our bad guys, our villains, and those are the terrors, and they are genuinely terrifying. They're called the terrors and they genuinely are terrifying. They are not even like morally grey, they're just straight up evil people who do bad things and don't really show any remorse for it. And I really like that. I think if you are somebody who likes grimdark, you will love this book because there is this very dark undercurrent surrounding these characters that is just so well executed and is really refreshing to read. Loved it. The last character I'm going to talk about is Araya. I think it's Araya. She's not in the book that much, but she left a massive impression on me. She's like my favourite type of female character. You know, she's strong, but she's got like a different level of strength, and she's unapologetically herself. She stands up for herself and she knows what she believes in, and I just love that character type. Just thought it was so well done. In terms of the themes, I think there's one or two that I'm going to point out. There's definitely a lot more, but just for the sake of time and brevity, I'll just talk about these two. I think there's this whole idea around storytelling and the stories that we tell ourselves to make sense of and also make peace with our own lives and like who we are as people. I think the way Jimenez writes about it is incredibly powerful. It's very touching. And I think he did it in a way that wasn't like super in your face, but like when you dig into the layers of each of these characters, you can see that they're all going through their own struggles and they're trying to reconcile what is happening with who they are. It's really beautifully done. There is another aspect around violence and trauma and how it impacts everybody, not just our main characters. You know, I think with a lot of fantasy books, you get a lot of collateral damage, people that we read about for a page or whatever, and then they disappear and nobody cares about them. But this is not like that in this book. The cost of violence is not something that is overlooked in this book. It's something that is represented quite deeply. And I think it's very impactful for that reason, because every life matters. And it's not just about senseless killing and all of these things. It's actually about more than that. So I thought that was really quite remarkable. As you can tell, I'm kind of in awe of this book and in awe of Jimenez's writing. Like, he's truly incredibly talented. Definitely a voice, a fresh voice that is needed in the fantasy genre. It's just the most unique, special, well-written book I've ever read. Like, really, I can truly say that hand on my heart. Like I said at the start, without a doubt, it's become one of my favourites of all time. I just want to say thank you to Jimenez for crafting something that has deeply impacted me, and I know a lot of other people, on a very personal level. The Spear Cuts Through Water is also one of those books that I think when you read it again and again and again, you're going to take new things away from it each time. So this is one of those books. I don't really reread books, but there's a few books, a handful of books that I will reread occasionally. And both this and The Vanished Birds are two books that I'm definitely going to reread because they're timeless. Like, this is a timeless book. This is going to be a book that somebody in 100 years, 1,000 years, whatever, is going to enjoy. And it's really quite something. If I hadn't already convinced you, I mean, I don't know how I couldn't have convinced you by now, but it's truly incredible, folks. This is one of the most beautiful, I think special is the right word for it. It's just so special and unique. Anybody who loves fantasy as a genre and as a whole, whether you like romance or grimdark or epic or, you know, whatever it may be, I think everybody will like aspects of Jimenez's writing. So definitely go check him out and definitely go check this one out, because without a doubt, it's already one of, if not my favourite book of the year that I've read so far. I mean, I know we're not that far in, but still, like, it's going to take a lot to beat it. So there we have it. Let me know down below if you have read this book or if you have any questions. I hope you enjoyed my review. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching, folks. Stay safe as always, take care, and I will see you soon. Bye.